What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the live stream. I hope that everybody is going and doing well on this Wednesday. This is one that I haven't done in a while. I usually do my lives on like Mondays and sometimes on Sundays, but this time we decided to get Mike from Fragrance Fraternity to come in with us and do a little bit of a top 5. So with today, that's what we're going to be doing. And today my scent of the day is Blue Atlas Atlantis. I wore another fragrance this morning, Lamari Porthole, but I took a shower because I had off today and was doing some gardening, so decided to do that. So hopefully you guys can hear me and see me, but we are going to get it started. We see Dan Not the Man. What's going on, dude? Listening while at work. Scent of the day is Norstag Troy Imagination Clone. Let me know if the audio and all of that is going well. I appreciate everybody who shows up today. We got Newt. Yo. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Smooth Operator, the winner of the Oligarch. Congratulations on that, man. Scent of the day is Louis Vuitton Imagination. Really nice fragrance. Congrats on the Roja with the Smooth Operator. Congratulations on that, man. And I appreciate you, sir. So hopefully you guys are doing well. I just released a video. If you guys are interested, it is pretty much just talking about different aspects of the fragrance community, whether it's being a reviewer and reviewing decants versus full bottles, also talking about affiliate links and my thoughts on them, because there was some things that were brought to my attention the last couple of days, so I decided that I would address them. And so if you guys want to watch that, I would appreciate it, but again, obviously after this. Sounds good. Nice. See, Newt, it looks better, especially during the daytime because I have more light coming in. But once you put that mic on 1080p, it actually looks pretty nice. Eddie, what's going on, man? How you doing? We have a lot of decant swaps going on. I'm swapping with Newt. I'm swapping with Jeff. I'm swapping with a couple other people, and then also Eddie. So it's going to be nice. Have some decants coming in. What's going on, Joseph? How you doing, man? Cakes Griffey, what's going on, bud? Hope you're having a good day. I figured it was a good day to do a live stream, especially one with the newer Fragrance Fraternity, because Ross does not have a live stream today, and a lot of my subscribers are subscribers to him. So I figured it was a good day to do this live stream, and it was good for him. So all good. So the only issue that I'm going to have, you guys are going to be seeing me testing things over the next couple weeks. Because I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this StreamYard thing. As you can tell, my camera isn't the best compared to my normal camera, but it does look better today, honestly. That's more because the natural light coming in, it's not nighttime. But if you guys don't know, my Blue Yeti mic, which is this boy right here, it doesn't work on StreamYard through my iPhone, which is what I normally record through. So I've been using my work laptop to see if that would work. The only thing with my work laptop is you can't hear the other person. And so I have to sign in on another account so that I can hear it this way. So that's the way that it's going. And yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well today. We're going to wait until Mike shows up. I told him to show up about 5:10, so we're going to get a couple of your comments out of the way, but also let me know what you're wearing today. Well, let me know what you're saying today. Again, I am wearing this, and I also wanted to get this out of the way. So me and Mike are going to be talking about our top 5 summer niche fragrances in our collections right now. And I also wanted to mention this as a kind of aforementioned one. It should be in my top 5, but honestly, it could be worn during the spring too, and I only had room for 5. This is Atelier's Pacific Lime. This is the best lime fragrance I've ever smelled. There's 2 different types of lime in fragrances, really. There's the finger lime that you find in Bohemian lime, which is the more citrusy, zesty style lime. And then there's this lime, which is a more naturalistic lime. Both of them are. It's just this one takes away that zest, and it almost makes it like a sugary lime. If you've ever been on a cruise ship, they have these lime straws. It almost smells like that. It's a very nice lime fragrance, very natural, and then it also has a little bit of a green tone. So I wanted to mention that before we got into it. So yeah, but on your way in, if you are now in the live stream or you are on your way in or watching on the replay, make sure to hit the like. Thank you, Newt. Audio sounds fine, dude. Scent of the day is Perry Ellis Aqua. Nice. Please and thank you. What's going on, NXD? Hopefully you're having a great day, man. Scent of the day is Byredo Gypsy Water. I'm guessing that's what you meant by the G water, but yeah, I've not tried that. I've only tried Tobacco Mandarin. I like Hermes Eau Gevrey. Hermes Eau Gevrey was on my list, and then I took it out of my list. I had it on there, but I was like, look, I bought it last year at the beginning of summer, and I only wore it like 5 times last summer. And while I really like it, I don't feel right putting it on the list, even though this is a niche. I realized I was like, oh, wait, this is a niche list, and Terre d'Hermes is not niche, it's designer. So decided not to do it, and I even had it on my list. I was like, oh wait, it's niche. And I also had Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue O Intense. I was like, oh crap, it's designer. But anyway, what's up, AS? You actually made it for a live stream. Usually you're before the live stream. Hello, dude, and everyone. End of the day, CD NIM limited edition. That's the only one that I like from them. I like outside of the CD NIMs, I like sorry, I like the Milestone, I like Sillage. But as far as the CD NIMs, the limited edition is the only one that I actually like on my skin. While the other ones smell nice in the air, they do not smell nice on my skin. G Law, what's going on, buddy? Hopefully you're having a great day. You use decants? I'm out. Peace. Yeah, I definitely use a lot of decants. There's some people who have issues with that, and I don't understand why. It's like, as a reviewer, I think it's your job to understand, to talk to people and tell them that you need to test before you buy. That should be our job, and not to tell people, hey, look, if you don't have the money, then you're a scrub, basically. And there are people out there that do that. So I think that's just absolutely incorrect. Smooth Operator says, Blue Talisman really worth the hype? Have you tried it? I have not tried Blue Talisman. I've heard really bad things about it, and I've heard really good things about it. So I am, speaking of decants, I am getting a decant of that. That's actually part of one of my decant packs that I have on the way. So I am going to be trying that. So I've heard from some of my friends that they really like it, and I've heard from some of my other friends that it is really not worth the hype at all. So if you're interested in it, again, I would try it first, especially for that price tag. Talking to Smooth Operator, talking to Newt. Patrick's Life, what's going on, man? Just got back from work. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be at work, so I apologize. But hello, I just got back from work. End of the day is LeBeau Paradise Garden. My coworker hated it. I think coconut makes him sick. My bad. See, I find the coconut one and that one dialed down a bit. While it smells almost like a green version of the original, I do understand. I like the fragrance. I still like the original better. I think that LeBeau Paradise Garden is just like how he was asking about the Blue Talisman. I think that Paradise Garden was overhyped when it first was released, and so everybody was all on it, especially because it was a Jean Paul Gaultier. I think it's a nice fragrance, but I only give it like a 7.5. I don't think it's anything to write home about, but it's definitely a nice fragrance, but I wouldn't wear it to work. I could see people not liking that. We have Mike. I can see him in the background, so I'll bring him on in just a second. What's going on, Mike? I prefer Porthole over Blue Talisman. I had to pick between the two. Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know anything about Blue Talisman, so no idea. Okay, now we are 4 more comments, and then we'll get to Mike. I just came in. If you don't have any money, you're screwed. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know from the live stream. Scent of the day is Latent with Sensual Obsessions, Cognac Delight 2 on top. Nice. Sounds like a good layer, Michael. Hopefully you're having a good day, man. What's up, all? Scent of the day is Sunset Hour by Goldfield and Banks. I actually got that by accident. I ordered Ingenious Ginger, but I clicked the wrong one and it came. And that one's nice for women. I don't find it good on myself, but it's nice. I mean, it's definitely a unisex, but leaning a bit feminine. But Dr. Banner, hopefully you're having a great name, and I love the name and the profile picture. I was leaning towards Porthole more. Thanks, Newt. Yeah, Porthole's great. That's actually something we're going to be talking about today. But anyway, without further ado, let's get Mike on here. I have to put my headphone in. All right, here we go. What's going on, Mike? How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? All good. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
If you guys don't, no problem. Mike is new-ish to the fragrance community as far as being a reviewer. I think 8 months?
Yeah, just about a year. I think I started my channel.
Yeah, he has some really good videos over there, top 10 lists. I mean, I watch them almost every single day. So we have to start it out right. What are you wearing today?
So today I am wearing Mancera's Cosmic Pepper.
That's the
It
new
came
one,
in,
right?
yeah, it came in yesterday, and I've been looking for a long time to get a decent deal on it, um, because the newer price Manceras are usually pretty expensive. But
Yeah.
finally able to snag a good deal on eBay, and I love it. It's basically a niche take on Alorum Sport on that DNA. It's a
Oh,
little bit spicier. You get a little bit of the black pepper, but it's not as prominent as you might think with a name like Cosmic Pepper.
right.
And you get a little bit more of a sweetness coming from a pink pepper versus the citrus, but it still has that aquatic freshness and that woody masculine freshness that is in the Alorum Sport profile, which I absolutely love. So I'm I'm loving this fragrance. Just love it first sniff for me.
So what would you rank it out of 10?
Oh,
I know
I'd
that
give
you don't do
it,
that really.
yeah, I'd give it at least an 8, between an 8 and an 8.5. So
Hey, that's well above average.
I love the scent profile. I did a 10 designers for summer list, and Alorum Sport was actually my number one. So I'm just a big fan of this scent profile.
What did you get it for?
I got it for 75 for the 60 ml.
Where at?
It was an eBay
Oh,
seller.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I
definitely
could
going to be picking
show
that
you
up.
later. Oh yeah, it's
So
awesome.
if anybody hasn't seen Mike's channel, go over and follow Fragrance Fraternity. He's in the chat all the time. He shows love in a lot of my different videos too. So have you tried Pacific Rock Moss?
I have tried Pacific Rock Moss, and
Somebody
I
just
definitely like
asked.
it.
Somebody said, "Is it blind buy safe?" I said that it's a great smelling fragrance, but it only lasts like 3 to 4 hours on me. So I don't
Yeah,
know if it's blind buy safe.
yeah. The thing is, you may already have another fragrance that pretty much does the same job. That's why I didn't really see it being full bottle worthy. Personally, I'd rather wear like L'Homme Cologne Blue, which is in that same fresh vein.
I
Um,
actually just got that yesterday.
yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. I'm stoked that you got that one.
Somebody told me that it got like a 3.2 out of 5 on Fragrantica or something like that, and I was like, that's bull crap.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got an opinion, right? So I wouldn't. I don't even look too much into those.
Yeah, and it's also Troll Granica now. So
Exactly.
all right, we're gonna get into our top 5 in just a second. Let's just get through these comments. That's the frat bro. Are you actually in a fraternity?
I was when I was in school, and I know that I tend to kind of give off that vibe. So I just kind of lean into that, and it's been working out for me.
I figured you were in a fraternity at some point in time. I didn't think you were in one right now, but yeah, the room maybe gives that away. I get.
Yeah, I still definitely, my room is definitely the same as it was in college. You know, I'm a single guy who's 29, and just kind of still in that design for my room. So trying to use it to
Oh,
my advantage, I guess.
until about 5 years ago, I was too. It was the wife that changed it because I went to
Yeah.
Penn State and Pitt, so two big party schools with fraternities all over the place. I think it's a finicky one. Okay, that's not one for us. Bohemian line is safer and Genius Ginger is sublime. I actually agree with both of those. Have you tried it in Genius Ginger?
Yeah, I do. I have a bottle of that, and I really like it. I kind of enjoy it more than Tiger. I think it is a little bit more unisex, but it doesn't really bother me. And I think as far as when you compare Tiger and Suspiro Vibrato and Ingenious Ginger, and you factor in the price, I think Ingenious Ginger is kind of the best value for money. I got my bottle for $100, and I love it. I really love it, and I really love kind of the ambery touch that it provides, and a little bit of like the more floral aspect versus the like citrusy fresh Tiger. But yeah, I'm a big
Well,
fan.
I'm going to have a question for you once I get to one on my list.
Sure.
I'm going to save that for later, though. Let's see. L'Homme Cologne Blue near Ultime level. I actually said that to my wife the other day. I said my favorite L'Homme is Ultime, but Cologne Blue is right below it. Have you tried
Yeah,
Ultime?
I have not tried Ultime yet. I hear that's the one.
Yeah, it's kind of in the realm of Ingenious Ginger. It's just more like vibrato Tiger, where it's more bright than ambery.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's a really good. It's one of the best designer ginger fragrances that have ever been released.
I love a
All
good
right,
ginger
so
fragrance.
yeah, we are at the bottom. So we're gonna get into our list. We're gonna get into our top 5 summer niche fragrances. So go ahead, start with your first one.
Well, we've kind of been talking about it already, and it's in the thumbnail, so I might as well start it with Bohemian Lime. So
Nice.
essentially, 7 Up, Sprite in a fragrance form, very effervescent, very sparkly, very bright, very refreshing. I remember a distinct experience. I was at a place called Scent Bar where you can go and you can smell a bunch of different niche fragrances. And I kind of got to the point, I started to go nose blind. Everything was sort of starting to smell the same. And then I smelled Bohemian Lime. I already knew about Pacific Rock Moss, but I didn't know much about Bohemian Lime. And it just made me feel completely refreshed. It stood apart from everything else that I tried. It was really just a beautiful, refreshing, natural smell that captivated me in that moment. And now that I have a bottle and I've been able to wear it, it's just been a pleasure. And this is perfect for a really hot day. Everything about this fragrance was made for summer, and I can't wait to rock it.
So my question to you, this is the biggest thing for most people. Bohemian Lime. What do you get for the performance?
Performance is nothing amazing. I mean, 4 or 5 hours. But I'm not. Performance is kind of second tier for me.
Me too.
And I think especially once your collection starts to grow a little bit, performance becomes less and less important because you have your beast mode stuff that if you want performance, you can always go for. And then you try to like expand into scent profile becomes something that you're more interested in, or at least that's the way it is for me. And I love the way it smells in 4 hours. Is
No, I
totally fine.
completely agree. For Bohemian Lime and a lot of fragrances, I tell everybody as long as I get over like 2 to 3 hours, I don't really care. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll either respray it or like carry a decan around with me, or I love to wear different fragrances throughout the day, so you can just spray on something different. And so with Bohemian Lime, it's the same with me. It's about 4 to 5 hours. But I saw Joel is in the chat. What's going on, Joel? I see you in Ross's lives all the time. I saw you were wearing 8 and Bob Cap de Antibes. I don't know how to say that, but I've never tried anything by 8 and Bob outside of the one thing that Ross sent me in that decant swap. So my first one, I'll actually get to it first because we were just talking about Ingenious Ginger. Not sure if you've ever tried this, but this is Sospiro Vibrato. Have you tried it?
No, I have not.
So Suspiro Vibrato, I can't talk. Suspiro Vibrato is basically Ingenious Ginger. If you remove the amber tone and you just amped up and smoothened out every other part of it and made it brighter and fresher and citrusy. It's better than Tigar. It's better than pretty much anything in that DNA. People might disagree with me, but if you like Ingenious Ginger and you want something for the spring and summer, that's what this is. Even though I feel like Ingenious, you can wear that during the summer at night. This one, the only thing that it made, like I almost wanted to sell Ingenious Ginger after I got it. But then I was like, you know what? It has that ambery tone, so I'll wear that during the fall and winter, and I'll wear this during the spring and summer. But if you guys have not tried this, I don't recommend blind buying something like this because it's $260 or whatever. But at least get a decan of it. It's one of the best ginger citrus fragrances in the entire world. I'm telling you, I hate the feeling of it, but it has felt or whatever put on it. But I love that fragrance. It's my first Suspiro, so I don't know. I'm interested to try more from their line. They are a sister company to Xerjoff. I'm not sure if you knew that.
I didn't know that, and from what I hear, that's the one to try from the house.
Well, you're going to be getting a decan of it after this live stream, so.
Oh, you're too generous. Thanks, Randy.
I told Mike, if you guys didn't know, every time I have a first-time streamer on my live stream, I send them a gift package after where I give them like 5 decants or so. And I already knew I was sending. One of them was Suspiro Vibrato. Another one's going to be on this list if he's okay with it. but let's see. How does Bohemian Lime compare to Le Labo? Another 13? You mean Santal 13? So Santal 13. Oh, wait. Le Labo Santal 33?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never tried. That's the only one I tried, and it smelled like moldy pickles. But I have no idea what the Le Labo. Have you tried that one?
I've not tried that one. I've tried Santal 33, and I've tried the Bergamot, and I have tried, I think their new one, it's called Lavande. That one is amazing. One of the best lavender scents I've tried. I check that one out for sure.
And do you live in LA?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it makes sense. Probably Rich does too, because Santal, our Le Labo, is not available in Pittsburgh. Like, you can't find it anywhere. And so the only way I can try them is if I get like a decant pack, which decant packs of Le Labo are like $80-$90. And I had no interest after trying Santal 33.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Rich, we have no idea. But hey, at least you put him on another one. All right. I actually get about 6 to 7 hours. That's why I was asking you the question, because some people get really good performance with it. And like Jeff from SoCal Sense with Pacific Rock Moss, he gets like 9 to 10 hours with it. And so I was like, I don't know how the heck you get that, but your skin must be like a wall of like moisture or something. Let's see if anybody else. What's going on, John C? And Joel, I saw you as well. Send of the day is Just Box Feelin' Chillin'. Sounds like a really cool name, but never even heard of that brand. All right, go ahead. Go into your second one.
All right. So my second one is going to be what I consider my signature scent and my first niche fragrance that I ever purchased, Parfums de Marly Percival. When I wear this fragrance, it just feels like it's me. Like it matches my personality. Like it just really complements everything about who I am. As funny as that is to say about a fragrance, that's the feeling that this one invokes. I wore Mont Blanc Legend for a long time growing up. That was my signature scent. And now, as I'm a little bit older and only slightly wealthier, I was able to afford Parfums de Marly Percival, and it is fantastic. Huge compliment puller, works really well in the heat. You could really wear it all year round. Office safe, work fragrance, play fragrance. It does whatever you need it to do. Smells quality, still has designer sensibility, and is friendly enough to where it could be your first niche fragrance. But yeah, it's a love. It is the fragrance that I said, if I had to get rid of all my fragrances and I could only keep one, this would be the one that I would keep.
See, I actually was talking about that on Monday. I said that Parfums de Marly Percival is probably the best introductory niche fragrance for somebody trying to go from designer into niche. I think that's the easiest one to pick up. And I almost put it on my list. And I talked to Mike. If you guys don't know, I talked to Mike and he's like, should I give you my top 5 now? And I was like, no, it's actually more fun if we run into ones that we have the same one of. And I almost put that in, but I picked a different Parfums de Marly, as you could tell from the thumbnail. Jesus goodness, I can't even talk today. But Parfums de Marly Percival, like you said, it's like the perfect transition from being younger into growing up a bit. If you had Fierce or Mont Blanc Legend when you were younger, it's a grown-up version of that. It is a more naturalistic. It has more of that citrus salad vibe. It's just a high-end blue, and it's the best-selling Parfums de Marly, according to the people at Nordstrom. I don't know if anybody knew that. But let's see. Joel said, for you, Fragrance Fraternity is 100% with a big collection. You search more for different notes, scent profiles. Like UQ says, diversify your fragrance wardrobe. Sorry, it's hard to read.
Joel,
well, that's a nice compliment to Mike.
Joel is the man. I love Joel.
Joel's everywhere in the fragrance community. He's more on Instagram, but I see him on a lot of live streams on YouTube. So, my next one, Parfums de Marly Sedley. This was my first niche fragrance whenever I'm taking my headphone out. I can only do that whenever I'm hearing my voice. That's why I keep messing up when I'm talking, is because I can hear you, whenever I'm doing that, but I keep hearing myself, so I could hardly talk. But anyway, Parfums de Marly Sedley. It was my first niche fragrance whenever I first started my channel. Before that, I had Tobacco Vanille and Creed Aventus. I sold Aventus because I like Aventus cologne more, but I got Parfums de Marly Sedley in as my first niche fragrance to celebrate the first week of my channel. And man, is this the biggest compliment getter. I gotta be honest, when I first got it, it smelled like lemon cleaner. I hated it. I mean, for the first week, but as it started to, my nose started to mature and everything, this is my second bottle in 2 years, and you can see how low this one already is. And yes, this is a smaller bottle, but still to go through that with the size collection that we have is crazy. But the lemon in this is just to die for. The way that it's mixed together with the mint and then the sandalwood and then a little bit of the greenish tones underneath it from that mint, obviously, but also almost like a little bit of an herbaceous feeling. It's just so high quality. It's super mass appealing. And just like Percival, it is super, super easy to go from being in the designer community into the niche community without changing your nose up too much and being able to see something that is significantly different from any kind of designers with the uniqueness, but also then showing that it can do something different while having a fresh fragrance for the summer that actually lasts. And I know that doesn't matter to you, but and it doesn't matter to me, but actually having one is nice. Being able, like Percival, you still get 7 to 8 hours out of that. Sedley, you get 7 to 8 hours. So Parfums de Marly actually does very good for people who want, and I understand that a lot of people hate on Parfums de Marly, especially when they're like niche snobs, I guess is what you would call them. But honestly, Parfums de Marly from today all the way through the end of my channel is going to be one of my favorite niche brands just because they have some of the most mass appealing, unique fragrances out there. While Percival isn't unique in its own right, it does the type of DNA that people like, and it does the best version of it. And that's why they have something for everybody, and that's why I really like them. Do you have Sedley?
I don't have Sedley. I have tried it several times. I have Mahir Legacy, which I wear from time to time, but I am also a big PDM fan. I think I've tried most of them. I recently tried Galloway, which I thought was really interesting and really unique. I'm a big fan of Greenlee, big fan. I like the new Perseus. I think it's a little bit too similar to Terra Derma's OG Vray, but I like the fragrance. I like Sedley. I want to try Godolphin. I've heard some good things about that.
I was just about to say you should try Godolphin, Wajan. Have you tried Herod?
I did a long time ago, and I just wasn't ready for it. So I'd like
you need to come back to that one.
Yeah.
And then I didn't like Altair that much. It reminds me too much of that like vanilla that you get from Club Black, but I like Club Black better. But I agree with Perseus. Perseus is nice, but it reminds me of a mixture between Eau de Vray and Elysium. So it's kind of like just mashing those two together. So go ahead with your third one.
All right. Well, my third choice, and I saw Ross was in the chat, so shout out to you, sir. French Riviera from Mancera.
Oh,
oof, this is a stunner. And much like Ross, I live about 1.5 miles away from the beach, and this fragrance just fits my lifestyle perfectly. It is kind of a sunscreen fragrance, but without that being super dominant. You get a touch of that. You get nice white florals without it being overly feminine. It is a fresh fragrance done in a kind of a unique way as far as not being like a citrus, woody type freshness, more of like a floral freshness for men, or at least unisex. But the feeling that this one invokes, which is what he talks about often, is the main reason that I love this fragrance so much. If you've ever seen the advertisement for French Riviera, it's just what you would assume to be like this rich couple just floating along in the water, and they're all looking chic and luxurious and like super cool, and they're wearing French Riviera. Once I saw that ad, it really clicked in my mind what this fragrance is all about. And then once I tried it in a haul of probably 10 to 15 Manceras. This one really stuck out to me and was the one that I ended up getting a full bottle of. I know it's a little bit hard to find now because the hype has been kind of going crazy on it, But if you guys can find this one for a good price and you enjoy these kind of sunscreen white floral fragrances, I think this one is an absolute stunner. I love it. French
Well,
Riviera.
you just sold me on it because I have a sunscreen white floral coming up next too. But I have not tried French Riviera. I had a decant of it sent to me, but it's smashed, and so I actually have it arriving on Friday. So I'll be able to finally try it for the first time. But I've heard really good things about that. So, but you told me that you didn't know if you had any fragrances I hadn't tried, and so far you have Cosmic Pepper and you have French Riviera that I have never tried. So, do you care if we go through a little bit of comments because we're getting a bit behind?
No, please.
All right, cool. So Smooth Operator said, you guys, have you guys tried Rosendo Mateau #1? If not, get a sample. You're welcome. I actually have tried that, and it's a really, really nice fragrance. Have you tried it?
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I tried that like 2 months ago on my live stream, and I really enjoyed it. Let's see. Jonathan, what's going on, man? Scent of the day is DXL Zephyrwood. You guys have a lot of interesting fragrances today. And by the way, what's going on, Ross? We were mentioning you just a second ago, so I guess your ears are burning. Vibrato is a powerhouse. Just need to find it at a good price. So I got mine with my affiliate, but I think it was $255, which is still crazy price. I mean, I don't know if I would even buy it for that if I was using my own money for it, but unfortunately, fortunately, I was using my affiliate for it. If Porthole isn't in that gift box, shut up. It's coming. That was the one I was telling you. I said that I'm going to add it to your gift box after the live stream, but it's coming on this list. I had to put Porthole. That was the one I was telling you about. It's the best tropical fragrance in existence.
I saw the live where you discovered it, and I saw your recent videos about it, and I jumped the gun. I ordered a 9 ml from ScentSplit. They sent me 15% off, so I had to order a 9 ml just to experience it, and I have a feeling I'm going to love it. It has not. I just put the order in like a day or two ago.
Well, since Ross put me onto that one, he also put me onto one behind the scenes called Mango Thai Lime. Okay. Apparently, it's a tropical fragrance that has like a spiciness to it, and I have that one on the way. I am so excited to try that.
That's Joe Malone, right?
It's their sister company called Joe Loves.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Patrick said Bohemian Lime is way more masculine than another 13. Oh, they're replying to the other one. Gonna try Suspiro Vibrato. Kajal Ohm is a valued price version of it. I actually didn't know that. I'm just going through as quick as I can, see what else we got. A lot of love to Ross. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? Hope you're having a great day today. John C., if I didn't say hi, what's going on, man? A lot of love for Ross. I have a I hate moist. I have a semi-moist skin that absorbs fragrance really well and releases it up as heat up. Well, you probably don't want to wear Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue O Intense because it activates like that. So it'll just fly right off your skin. Came in late. Which one is that, Randy? Suspiro Vibrato or Sedley? Or I also mentioned Atelier's Pacific Lime. And then he did Cosmic Pepper as his scent of the day, Bohemian Lime, and French Riviera, correct? And Percival. Oh, that was your third one. That's right. Somebody has a scent of the day, Naxos, 25 degrees Celsius in Norway. Well, welcome to the live stream, Espen. And it works great in the heat. And heard. I'm just going through. There's a lot. We got way behind. Question for you, I think. Fragrance Fraternity, you're next door from me. Didn't know you were on the West Coast.
Oh yeah, I'm in LA. I live kind of by LAX. Wonder where Kix Griffey is from. I've seen him around in the live streams.
Well, Kix, are you anywhere near LAX? I've actually never been to LA. I've been to Germany, I've been to Russia, I've been to Australia, but I have never been to LA.
Well, when you're ready to take a vacation out here, I'll show you around, man. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, me, you, and Jeff need to get together because I know I told him I was going to come out sometime soon. And I keep using my finger to do that, but I have a mouse. I keep forgetting I have a mouse to do it. So much easier. What's up, Sandy? Good evening. Scent of the day is a decan of Mancera Vetiver Sensual. That one's actually really nice.
Yeah.
The first impression is very favorable. Have you tried that one?
I do. I have a 4-ounce bottle of that one. I'm a big fan of that one. Really enjoyable.
Have you watched Ross's top 40 Manceras?
Yeah, I did.
That video is actually very helpful.
Oh yeah, he's got all the Mancera, not all of them, but he's got so many of them. So if you ever need to get the lowdown on a Mancera, you can always check with him. He's got.
Yeah, watch that top 40 video.
Yeah,
I mean that was nuts. Congratulations to you, Ross. Joel said, anyone heard about Arabian Oud Yacht Mood? It's apparently a mix of Paco Rabanne Invictus and Zerja 40 knots. It's on my future buy list for sure. Joel, if you get that in, can you please tell me if that's correct? Because if it is, I will buy that right away because I love 40 knots and Invictus mixed together with that sounds amazing. Have you heard of it?
I have not, but that just by the sound of it sounds pretty dang good.
It does. There's so many fragrances I know nothing about. There was one that I just found out about called Sugar Leather. And apparently it's like a saffron sugar top with leather underneath. And it's only like $100. And I need to buy that fragrance too. It's just there's so many that I want to buy. I write down a list. Like I'm buying now, I'm buying later. My number one right now is Isola Blue. Have you tried that one?
I have not. I've only tried Alexandria's take on it, which it feels even ridiculous to talk about the real thing based off of what you think about a clone. So
no, right. No, but when you said the thing about Sedley earlier, the clone of Sedley, that one actually does it justice.
Yeah.
But in the real world, I mean, clones for the 99.9% of the time aren't as good.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I do agree with you there. Randy, I'm sending you this in our swap. What do we? Oh, the French Riviera. That's what I was talking about. Eddie is sending me the French Riviera. Just making sure. I knew he was going to say this. Altair is good in Perseus. Wrong, Randy. He keeps saying that. But the thing is that I like Perseus. It's just I prefer the $100 version from Eau Givray. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so why would I get Perseus when I like that same? It's worn for the same exact season, for the same exact time. And then second to that, I have Elysium, which does a similar thing to the mid of Perseus. So I don't need it. So I do like it. It's just not enough to buy a bottle. We all had the same reaction to Porthole the first time, right? If you don't get that reaction, then, I mean, I guess you just don't like it. Is there any Tiziana Terenzi fragrances that you guys quite like? I've never tried a single one. Have you?
I've tried very few. I think there was one called Libra, but I think that one was more for women. But yeah, don't really have much experience with that brand, unfortunately.
I can confirm the new Aaron Terrence Hughes is coming out in a few weeks. It's certified summer banger. I've heard that from quite a few people, someone who actually has tried it. Have you tried any Aaron Terrence Hughes?
I have not. No, I'm not.
I had bad experiences with that brand, but I only tried the cool weather ones, and I heard the warm weather one, or I tried the warm weather ones, and I heard the cool weather ones are better.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to try Ohm. Because I saw Ross's video on it, and he said that was the best Iris fragrance he ever tried or something like that. And I love Iris, so that's one I'm definitely interested in.
Yeah, they come in, I think you can just buy it from his website. I don't think you buy it anywhere else, but
okay.
Most of the people who talk about it are from Europe. Fragrance Dude, how are you? Thank you, Nosy. How you doing, man? Happy belated birthday. I appreciate you, man. My birthday was on the 20th, so I appreciate that. What's up, Anthony? Scent of the day is Blockade by Mind Games. That one's actually a nice fragrance. I won't pay that price tag for it, but I'm looking forward to buying the Forward, which is almost like a niche version of City Rhythm Miami. It's like a citrus cream pie. If you ever tried anything from them,
I got a discovery set of their Soulmate collection. I think it's called.
That's the one to get.
And the Forward was in there. I really enjoyed the Forward.
Have you tried City Rhythm Miami before?
I have not tried anything from City Rhythm, no.
So that's kind of like the indie version of that.
Okay.
In my opinion, obviously. All right. We're going to get back to this. We're almost at the bottom anyway. So, upon popular demand, my number 3 is Lamari Porthole. Lamari Porthole, I need to spray it on. I'm wearing something already today, but I'm pretty sure it'll mesh well. It's just, this fragrance is so good. If you like tropical fruits, the only person that I saw that didn't like it, they didn't say they didn't like it. They said, I liked it, but I'm not going to buy it because I don't like tropical fruits. But if you like tropical fruity fragrances, even in the slightest, this is one of the best, if not the best tropical fragrance in existence. It is this passion fruit pineapple mixture, even though it comes across like a pineapple mango mixture for me. And then just take those two, mash them together, take a little sea salt, put it on top, surround it by a little bit of musk, and that is what you have with Lamari Porthole. It lasts a good amount of time. It is just a fantastic fragrance. It sucks that it's $280, but if you use the code Curly10, I think it's Curly Fragrances code, you get it to like $250, which I think is more manageable for this fragrance. But Lamari Porthole, and I had a leak. If you guys can even see it on that camera, there's a leak, and they took another $30 off of it, so that worked even better. But that's one of the ones that I was going to send to you, but now I don't have to because you're getting a decant in. So I'm really interested in your thoughts. And if you guys want to see his thoughts, again, he'll be getting that decant probably soon and then talking about it, my guess. And then what's going on, Jared? The Bishop, what's going on, man? How you doing? Good afternoon, folks. I know you know him. He's always in Ross's live streams.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody else showing love. What's going on, Kyler? How you doing, man? I'm just going all the way to the bottom.
See, Jason's in here.
Jason, we got everybody in here today. We got Jason, we got the Bishop, we got Kyler, we got Nosy. I knew it was a good idea to do the live when Ross was off. I didn't realize it whenever you asked me to do it Wednesday, but it was such a good day because we share subscribers. And so it's a good day to do it whenever Ross isn't doing a live stream.
Yeah.
And Jason said Porthole is amazing. He's wearing Aqua Media Cologne Forte. I've heard really good stuff about that too. And finally, I have MFK. What's that? It ends in silver.
Gentle Fluidity Silver.
Yeah, I have that on the way right now. Someone's sending me a decant. I've been wanting to try that forever. And then also Byredo's Gypsy Water.
Okay.
I told you I have a lot of fragrances on the way right now and a lot of decants. All right, we are at the bottom. Everybody's just saying hi to everybody. So you're right into the fourth one. Go ahead.
All right, let's go into this one. This is Molinar's Gingembre. Speaking of Joel, I think he put us all onto this one. And this one is essentially in that lemonade fresh style. It's Dior Homme Cologne, similar to that, similar to Jimmy Choo Man Ice. Things of that nature, that lemonade fresh scent. Beautiful for the summer, perfect for a really hot day. Very casual, very white t-shirt, very much wearing shorts, or as Dedrick likes to say, Hoochie Daddy season coming up. Love the way that this one comes across. Super refreshing, perfect for a hot day. You got to like lemonade. You got to like the lemony, fresh type scent profile. But if you,
I've heard really good things about that fragrance.
Yeah, you can get it for.
All right, Mike, give me 1 second. I lost you.
Okay.
Now you can see my face on 3 things.
Yep.
All right, there we go. We're back. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
but anyway,
my brother is in the hospital. My brother-in-law is in the hospital, so he called me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope he gets better soon. I'm really sorry to hear that, man.
I appreciate it. Go ahead. I continue.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can get it for a really good price. I think in between the $60 to $70 range for 75 ml of a niche fragrance with this quality. No complaints from me. Performance isn't stellar, but again, with how fresh and airy and light this is, I'm not complaining about performance with this.
That's like $50, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 60. I don't remember exactly, but it's very affordable and it's great quality.
I saw you talk about that on one of your top 10 lists the other day.
It's a perfect summer fragrance.
Yeah, I want to get that. I have never tried it before. So now you're 3 for 3 with me not trying the fragrances outside of Percival.
I'm shocked, actually.
Yeah. I try. I mean, I have a box of like 1,000 decants right here. You would think that it would be in there, but it's not. And there was another one that you tried the other day on one of your top 10 lists. It's like a cheapie, like a real cheapie, and it has a yellow top, like a crystal top almost.
Oh, lemon dolce. Happy
yeah,
Chopard?
and I've never tried that either.
Oh man, it's so cheap. Scoop that up.
I already did. That's why it's
cool.
one of the ones on the way because of you.
Oh, awesome. Well, I hope you like it.
So you're an influencer now. You influenced me to pick something up.
As long as you guys like my suggestions, that's fine.
You're doing a great job. I mean, that's why ever since you started, I clicked on your channel and I've been watching your videos ever since. I'm not a huge commenter, so you might not see me comment that much, but I watch a lot.
It's all good, man.
But I was going to do this next, but then everybody started talking about portholes, so I skipped it. This is my sunscreen floral. It is Tom Ford's Soleil Neige. You probably heard me talk about it on my channel before. I don't like any of the other Tom Ford Soleils at all. Like none of them interest me whatsoever. My wife was at work and somebody came in and they were wearing a fragrance that she was very interested in. So she asked them, "Hey, what are you wearing?" And he said Soleil Neige. So when she came home, I looked it up. I decided to go to Sephora because now they sell these at Sephora. I tried it out and I was like, you know what? That's a little bit too floral. But after about 5 minutes, the fragrance just changes. So it starts out, it's just a bulk of jasmine. If you guys are familiar with the new Zaharoff Signature Bloom, it has a lot of the white florals from that, the jasmine sambac, jasmine whatever. But this one is a little bit more ambery and a little bit more on the vanillic side. And then as you start to get about, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes into the fragrance, it's kind of like the florals and the sandalwood and the creaminess and that almost like high-end sunscreen vibe. It's like they switch spots and the jasmine goes way underneath. This fragrance is great. So if you like Signature Bloom, you will like this fragrance because they are very similar fragrances. While one leans a little bit heavier on the florals, being Bloom. I love Bloom. I have Bloom on the way. Soleil Neige is a great pickup, and you can get this for like $150 on Joma Shop or wherever you buy it from. Soleil Neige is, if you like white florals and you like that sunscreen style vibe, it's definitely great. It's just, again, it adds in a little bit of this like sandalwood, ambery, vanillic tone that you don't get. Well, you do get some of it in Bloom, but it's a little bit heavier in this. So that is my number 4. Soleil Neige is a wonderful pickup, and it's a hidden gem in the fragrance community, in my opinion. I don't think there was one fragrance that is like that in my entire collection outside of, again, Bloom on its way that really shocked me that I liked it. Because, again, I'm not a huge floral fan, but when that one came out, I was just, it's that good. So if you ever get to Sephora or anything, I would recommend at least trying it out. Unless you're not a huge floral fan, then just spray it on your arm, test it out, and see what you think. But I definitely think that you would like it.
Yeah, I actually had the chance to try that one about 2 days ago. I was at Sephora just smelling some stuff, and I saw Soleil Neige, and I thought of you. I was like, oh man, this is the one Randy's been talking about. Mm-hmm. And I sprayed it on, and just like you described it, the opening for me was like, okay, this is too feminine for me. Just the opening. And then when it dried down, it developed, and the super prominent jasmine kind of faded away, and it turned into just like this creamy, beautiful fragrance that I only tried once, so I can't really describe it that well.
Right.
But I really enjoyed the way it developed, and I really enjoyed the mid and the dry down of it. The opening was a little bit feminine leaning for me, but once that kind of drifted off, it was beautiful. So I'm picking up what you're putting down with niche, solely niche.
It's the same thing with Signature Bloom. If you don't like the opening of Soleil Neige, then you might not like Signature Bloom, because that kind of continues a bit. But because I'm so used to Soleil Neige now for the last year and a half, that Signature Bloom honestly is one of the best releases of the year for me, because of the fact that I'm so used to Soleil Neige and that DNA now, that the jasmine, that creamy floral, is really something that I'm really digging nowadays. So the comments are talking to each other. So go ahead with your number 5.
All right. So this is my pathetic little 30 ml of Xerjoff's Mephisto. And I've not tried anything from Xerjoff before. This is my first Xerjoff fragrance. I've heard this one get compared to Silver Mountain Water a lot, and I saw it for a good deal, so I snagged it up. I've worn it several times, and I love it. I like that Silver Mountain Water scent profile. I like Banana Republic's Metal Rain. I like Chic for Men, Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct. You know, anything with that kind of salty, ozonic scent profile, I can get down on. This one is right up there with the Creed in terms of quality, maybe even better, maybe even like slightly fresher, not as metallic perhaps, but very similar in the air, especially once it dried down. I couldn't really tell a distinct difference, and I just recommend whatever you can get a better price on, go for that. This one, I picked up something a little bit more green in the opening, but after that, it was very similar, but I really enjoy how bright and fresh and airy this one is. I think it's perfect for summer. It's a very appealing scent profile, and one that I'm looking forward to wearing summer 2024, Mephisto.
And the bottle's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's pretty unique looking compared to everything else. It's classy. So,
have you tried Edition Blanche?
That one I have not. That is the only one in that whole line that I have not tried.
Well, I'll send that to you too.
Okay.
But I was gonna say,
Thank
because my first Xerjoff was Uden.
Okay.
And Uden is kind of like their take on that style of DNA, like that creamy lemon cream pie. It's just it adds in coffee and a little bit of booze in the dry down, so it's a little bit warmer. But if you ever get the chance, well, I'll send it to you so you could try it. But yeah, Edition Blanche, I got that in. It's one of my favorite fragrances. So now I'm going to get into my number 5. My number 5, it could be 2 fragrances. I keep saying this the last few weeks. I could substitute this for Creed's Virgin Island Water if I wanted to. But this is my favorite summer fragrance by Creed. It is Creed's Millesime Imperial. I know that you can get a very similar feeling with Milestone from Armaf, but I have that, and it's nice. And it's a nice way, if you don't want to waste the fluid from this, to be able to get that same feeling, that kind of salted melon accord. That one's more of like a salted fruit accord, while this one is a beautiful, high-end, high-quality melon. It's like almost like a watermelon, but it doesn't have that like watermelon exact vibe. It's almost like a mixture of watermelon, maybe cantaloupe, and then you add in a bunch of this sea salt and musk. It has a little bit of a woody nuance in the dry down. There's a reason why a lot of people call this the king of fragrances, not Creed, not the Aventus. There's a lot of people like Fragrance Apprentice, whatever his name is from Fragrance Apprentice. He said this actually should be the king of fragrances because this is the best Creed in my opinion. It's between that and Virgin Island Water for me, while Aventus Cologne is right behind that. This one, it's super unique. There's nothing else that smells like it unless it's a cologne, and it is 100% a beautiful summer fragrance. It's not something that the everyday average Joe is going to like right away. But I can tell you, if you wear it all the time around them, like my wife, she hated this when I first got it, but then I started wearing it, and now she actually asked me to wear it because it has such a beautiful, unique melon with that salt and the woods. It is just a beautiful fragrance. If you haven't tried it out, definitely try out this one. Even if you have Milestone, try out Millesime Imperial, because I'm telling you, it is the king of the Creed fragrances, in my opinion. And in George, that's what it is, George Atkinson from Fragrance Apprentice. Have you ever tried Millesime Imperial?
Yeah, I have, man, and just great choice. Wow, what a beautiful fragrance. What a just stunning fragrance. Seriously, one that kind of gets overlooked a little bit sometimes because maybe it's not the newest release, but wow, I love Millesime Imperial. Just melts me every time I smell it. I'm looking to pick up a Creed for my birthday coming up in a couple weeks, and that one's high on the want list. I'm kind of torn right now between Aventus Cologne, Original Santal, which I'm a big fan of, and Millesime Imperial. So those are kind of the three.
I have 3 on my list to pick up right now because I own 5. I don't want to buy a bottle of Green Irish Tweed or Silver Mountain Water because I have so many compared to that.
Right.
My next one is either going to be Royal Oud, Spice and Woods, which is in their like Sublime line or whatever it's called. And then the last one is Original Santal, because I have tried that out and I really like it. Also Vetiver. I've heard really good things about that, but I haven't tried it before.
Me either.
Yeah, it's like Creed Original Vetiver or whatever. And they have it at my Nordstrom now, which they didn't have it over the last couple of years. So I'm going out next weekend to try it. So, yeah, that is our 10. And I mean, that was a really good list, man. There's a lot of ones that you thought that I would have, and I do not have.
I know.
I need to try that Cosmic Pepper, though. That's on my list, and French Riviera is already on the way. But Cosmic Pepper, I'm very, very interested in.
I'll send you a decan as well, so we'll talk.
If I can find it on eBay for $60, I might just buy it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take your word for it.
I think you're gonna love it because I know you like Colorum Sport, that DNA, and it's very similar to that. I think you're gonna love it.
John C. said Creed's Original Vetiver is gorgeous. I've heard that again from like 30 different people, so I just need to try it. And Ross said great picks. Thanks, Ross. Original Vetiver is great. I get many compliments when I wear it. Smells like a fresh bar of Irish Spring soap. You know what's funny? So I'm off today. As I told you, I took off for the day. I was working on my garden and I had a bunch of deer and rabbits that were eating my plants. So the only thing that works is Irish Spring soap. So I was out there with a cheese grater grating a thing of Irish Spring soap like an hour ago.
What? So that like gets them to go away, or how does that work?
Yeah, I found it out by somebody who works with my wife, and I've tried deer and rabbit spray. I've tried all this stuff. And if you don't know, I'm like a huge gardener. I have like probably 700 plants outside.
Sick.
And so someone said, great, a bar or 2 of Irish Spring soap. So I got it from the dollar store and I did it, and they haven't come back.
Yeah, I bet that's super annoying. They come and eat all your hard work.
Yeah. I have potatoes, watermelons, pumpkins, peppers of every kind, green beans, snow peas. I mean, not that you give a shit, but yeah.
No, I like this. I grew up in Colorado, so I wasn't always an LA guy, so I got an appreciation for these kinds of things too, man. That's really cool.
A lot of reviewers grew up in Colorado, hence the person that's on the screen right now, TLTG. At least I don't know where he grew up. I knew he was from Colorado.
I think he grew up in the South, like Louisiana.
Oh, he grew up. Yeah, he grew up in the South. That's right. But I know that he just moved from Colorado.
Yeah, he lived there for a bit.
Yeah, you're right. I should have known that. He said it like 5,000 times. Santal and Vetiver are both dope. Yeah, I don't know. I still need to get Royal Oud. I love that stuff.
I have only a clone.
Yeah. Was only in Colorado for 3 years. Yeah, sorry, Ross. My mind's all over the place. Which one is better, Vetiver, Guerlain Vetiver, or Creed Original Vetiver? Well, I can't answer your question, but somebody in the track can. What's up, Mike? I smell. Dang, y'all went live early, leaving work. Yeah, I just let Mike decide. I usually go live later, but honestly, I like it earlier because it lit up the room a little bit more. So
I was excited, man. I wanted to get it going.
I'm just glad that you got me started, because if it wasn't for you, I actually was so excited. I texted like 3 people. I texted my moderators, I texted Ross and Jeff, that because of you in this live stream, I'm able to now do this and change people's comments and put music in the background, because I wasn't able to do that. And I was finally like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of not being able to do that. And now I can. So I appreciate you for showing up, coming onto the live stream. It's been amazing, man. You're always welcome back to the channel. If you guys, again, at Fragrance Fraternity, here, I'll put it into the chat, even though it's on the screen.
The honor is all mine, man. To be real, like, I've been just watching you guys, and kind of you, Ross, a couple other people, you've been like my virtual fragrance mentors, and it was the love of fragrance that kind of got me started into this back when I started to get really into it about 2 years ago. But really, it's like the community aspect that has kept me coming back and kept me posting and just talking to all the people in the chat, watching guys' videos, chopping it up, talking about our favorite fragrances. The community aspect is really what keeps me going. So I really appreciate everybody watching, appreciate you. And damn,
do you have like another 5 minutes if I ask you a couple questions?
Hell yeah, let's go.
What fragrance started you on your journey?
As far as like originally,
is there one specific fragrance that got you like, oh, I need to buy more, I need to get more into this?
Yeah, so I was always wearing fragrance as a kid, but I never got into it like the level that we are into it right now.
Right.
Until I was in my early 20s, I was in Vegas, and at the club in the bathroom, they always have like some cologne or whatever to use.
Yeah.
So I went for it once, and I sprayed Bulgari's Pour Homme. And when I smelled it, I was like, man, why did I ever stop using fragrances? Like, I love cologne, I love fragrance, but it's just kind of something that I stopped thinking about, that I wasn't really concerned with, until I tried Bulgari's Pour Homme in the bathroom of that Vegas club. And I was like, damn, I need to buy some fragrances. I forgot, like, I love fragrance. I like to wear them all the time. So that was kind of when I was still in college. I ended up picking up Bulgari Man Wood Essence and 1 Million Cologne. And those were my two basically scents throughout college.
And even now, 1 Million Cologne is a big one for you, right?
I don't really wear it as much anymore, but I think it's awesome. It's my favorite rose aquatic fragrance that I own. And I think it really shines. It kind of stands out. And especially from the 1 Million line, it doesn't really smell like any of the other ones. And I think it's pretty underrated. I love the bottle. I think the cap and just the overall way it looks is so beautiful.
I was just going to say, because I saw your video the other day, and I agree with you. I wish all of them had the cap.
Yeah, it looks sick.
So you got a few new subs. Smooth Operator just subbed. Dr. Banner just subbed.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone's here because Jeremy Fragrance don't lie. Well, I don't know what that means, John C., but fantastic. Oh, everyone's in the fragrance community because of Jeremy Fragrance. Yeah. I'm actually in the fragrance community because of Robes 08. He was a old school fragrance reviewer that's still there, but his channel has changed a lot. And so after him and his quality started going downhill, I moved on to Jensen's, and then to Jeff and Ross, and then I started my channel. But for me, it was Wanted by Night and YSLY EDT. I got them from a one of those like survey sites, and they send you some stuff, and they sent me 2 decants of that as soon as I got them in. I already had like 25 fragrances, but that's what got me started like big into the fragrance community. We got some more subs. Dan, not the man.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right. Jeremy did not get me into the fragrance community. And he's definitely not getting anybody in the fragrance community anymore. Doing his dances and all that stuff in his underwear.
Hey, I only hope to aspire to the level of confidence that man has. Like, just unapologetically himself. I aspire to that level of confidence. I got to give it to him.
Well, I do have to say, so one of my buddies is actually really good friends with Jeremy. He's another reviewer. But he said that outside of this, he's actually completely normal. It's just he does that for the camera.
I don't know if I believe that's entertaining
or not.
I mean, he's an entertainer. He always has been. So it makes sense.
Yeah, John C. I love Robes 08. His content was really good. And then he went away and then he came back and he came to my live stream one time and he was hating on a lot of the people in the chat for no reason. So I kind of stopped watching him after that. He wasn't hating on me. He was hating on a lot of people in the chat for what they were wearing. And I didn't understand why. He's nothing like that off camera. I can tell you firsthand. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So, I mean, I have nothing against Jeremy. It's just his videos are freaking crazy. But anyway, Mike and all the chat, I appreciate you coming on. I hope that you can come on more often. And I hope that we see you more on other channels' lives and stuff like that. But you're always welcome on the channel. If you ever have anything to discuss, feel free to come on to the live and say, hey, man, do you mind if I join? I'll bring you on and we're good. Now that I have this whole set up because of you, you can come on anytime you want.
I love it, man. Let's do it. I love.
And I think we're going to do a video in June, right?
Yes, mark me down. Let's go.
Right. So we're going to do a collaboration video. We're going to do a top 10 just like this, but we're going to make it into a video form. So you guys can look out for that. But again, if you haven't subscribed to Mike over at Fragrance Fraternity, make sure that you do. And Ross said, glad you're using StreamYard now. Yeah, shut up. I'm glad I am too. But any final words, Mike?
Appreciate you having me on. Shout out to everybody in the live stream. Keep smelling good out there. Keep being positive. Keep spreading that love and your scent cloud. And that's it.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Mike. Thank you guys in the chat. I appreciate you. Everybody who showed up, I always appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like on your way out. If you're watching this on the live replay, hit the like on your way in. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. Next live is on Monday. Make sure to go hit the like, comment, subscribe on my most recent video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.